Sure, if you're an e-commerce brand and you're struggling, or if you're an online coach and you're not getting as many calls as you want booked, I'd love to have a conversation with you. Our specialty is kind of fixing broken brands that used to get a good return and now they're not getting as good of a return as they like. If you'd like to work with me, I'd love to work with you, or at least just have a conversation.
Hello, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Engatica interview series. I'm your host, Kimberly, and we're really glad to have you join us today. We have with us a very special guest and a long awaited Jordan White with us on the show. He is the founder of Carbon Box Media. A very warm welcome to you, Jordan.
It's good to be here. Thanks for having me, Kimberly.
Awesome. So before we dive into a crazy interview and questions we have for you, Jordan, all about e-commerce, everything powered back to one. Let me tell you what the series is all about. The Engatica interview series is a powerhouse of insights from industry experts and influencers from around the world, a platform that provides the latest news on AI, automation, and technologies that will help you grow your business. So come, be a part of our community where we learn, share, and grow together. My first question to you, Jordan, is diving straight into the questions that we have for you is, how do you measure the success of a paid traffic campaign for an e-commerce store?
Sure. So the way that we measure a paid traffic campaign in the best way is how much return on investment. And I feel like that's for most businesses, but how much return on ad spend are we actually getting? And what we focus primarily our campaigns on is acquiring new customers at a profitable rate. Sure, you can run retargeting campaigns and get a great return, but what we primarily focus on is getting new customers into the business, new customers to make a purchase at a profitable rate, because the only way a business is truly going to grow is if you get new customers coming in month over month, making new purchases, and on top of that, breaking your ad spend and even making a pretty significant return.
Correct. So can you also help us understand the importance of retargeting that you mentioned, and how do you actually utilize it in an e-commerce campaign?
Sure. So we definitely do retargeting. Like I said, our primary focus is targeting a broad audience, a cold audience, showing them our creatives and making sure it resonates with them, and just in turn get them to make a purchase. With that, not only are we building an email list, but we are also building a retargeting list. And I'd say for majority of the year, other than maybe special holidays such as, the end of December or Black Friday, we focus, I want to say, about 85% of our campaigns on completely broad audiences. Like I said, just to make sure we're bringing in net new customers at a profitable rate. And then that 15% goes into retargeting. That's pretty much a rule year round. But when Black Friday comes around, when the holiday season comes around at the end of the year, that's when we start to open up that retargeting list, because we spend majority of the year building as many people as we can, just building that quality audience. And then once that high intent to buy starts to come in, then we start to diversify our spend more into the retargeting audience. So retargeting is absolutely very important. So yeah, I hope that makes sense, what I said.
Yes, you completely explained why retargeting, I feel, is one of the concepts that a lot of business store owners don't really focus on. They try and they just want to acquire new, but then retargeting is also a gold mine that they're missing on. Now that you've been an expert and you can really tell the yes and the no's of the campaign for e-commerce, how do you stay up to date with the latest trends and changes in paid traffic for e-commerce stores?
Latest trends, we're in the trenches every single day. So we're constantly, we have articles we're subscribed to. We're on LinkedIn, we're on YouTube. We like to pride ourselves that we're, kind of as up to date as possible, but there's always new things to learn, and we know that. And currently we're working with 24 different brands, and so it's kind of unique to see what works with this brand may not work with this brand, and what works with this brand may not work with this brand. And so it's super interesting on a niche by niche basis, by store basis, as to what's working well and what's not. Some general rules as to what will definitely help and just kind of scale your paid traffic business or section of that marketing for your business in the fastest way is just testing as many creatives as you possibly can. Something that we love to do with our broad audience testing is something called cost cap campaigns. And I'm sure if you're listening to this and you're in the e-commerce world, you know what a cost cap campaign is, but essentially it allows you to test multiple creatives at a rate that's going to save you some money. So just kind of a broad overview, you need to figure out what winning creative, what winning photo, what winning video, what winning user generated content is going to build you the greatest return. But to do that, you need to spend money, right? And so with cost cap campaigns, you can set a dollar limit, a euro limit, whatever the currency you're using is. And let's just say for $20. So you want to test 20 different creatives with a limit of $20. And if it will not spend over $20. So with that, you can kind of see like, all right, each one of these 10 creatives is going to spend $20. What gets the most traction? What gets the most purchases? And then from there, you can kind of take these analytics from a minor scale and see, okay, we spent $8 to get a purchase on this creative. We spent $4 to get a purchase on this creative, and we spent $2 to get a purchase on this creative. For whatever reason, people are really resonating with this creative that's getting a $2 cost per purchase. From there, you can start to scale instead of having these campaigns where it's $200 this creative, $200 this creative, $200 this creative, or $2,000 this creative. Just kind of being smart with our money and figuring out what works on a smaller scale. And then once we have that information, start to scale that up.
Correct. Thank you so much, Jordan, for this one. Can you share your experience on utilizing paid social media platforms such as Facebook and Instagram for e-commerce campaigns?
Yeah, they are the best. It's different brand by brand if you're B2B or B2C or whatever type of brand you are. But what makes Instagram and Facebook so powerful is they're there for brand awareness. And in regards to like, if you're thinking about whether do I get into Instagram, Facebook ads or TikTok ads are a little bit cheaper to get somebody into your website, but Facebook and Instagram, the machine learning that it has, if you, and I know I keep going back to this, but if you can teach the AI within Facebook and Instagram to acquire customers at a profitable rate for your business, it's insanely powerful. And there's really no social media marketing tool, Google, TikTok, Snapchat. There's really nothing as powerful as Facebook and Instagram's machine learning that they have right now. And in regards to brand awareness, it's arguably the best. If you're running Google ads and you're running Facebook, Instagram ads at the same time, Facebook and Instagram is super, super powerful for getting you a return, but it's also powerful for building brand awareness. And just subconsciously, a customer may be scrolling on Instagram or maybe scrolling on Facebook. They'll see your ad. They won't do anything. They'll just keep scrolling, but they'll have that image in their head. And so they may go on Google and just type your brand name in Google or type some keywords on Google of whatever you're selling and just kind of building that ecosystem. But Facebook and Instagram are very, very powerful for building that brand awareness.
Yes, thank you so much. I completely agree when you say that, it is actually a source of brand awareness because, hey, I could just be scrolling Instagram, but if I come across something that, like talks about something that I've searched, maybe shoes, maybe clothing or apparel of that, the brand name is going to stick back of my mind and subconsciously I might know. So the next time I'm going to make a purchase, I'll be like, hey, why not check this brand out? You're completely right.
Exactly.
What is your tip or trick for the continuous algorithm change for these channels, especially Instagram?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
I went to ask you that what is your tip or a trick that you would advise business owners in terms of the algorithm change? Like, for example, Instagram has like constant.
iOS 14. That was not fun. That affected a lot of businesses. You got to adapt. It's not the first time this has happened. There was the Google slap before. And there's going to be something coming next. So just kind of relying on one platform is not going to be the smartest thing. But that being said, Facebook and Instagram are still incredibly powerful tools. And going back to the cost cap campaign that I talked about earlier, it's all about creative. There's still a tremendous amount of analytics you can use. You just got to be a little bit smarter about it. And so if you can find a creative that resonates with your audience, whether it resonated in 2020, 2021, 2022, or 2023, if you have any winning campaigns with a specific creative that's product focused, or just it got you a lot of purchases, or whatever your CTA is, that's something that you should really begin with. If you're starting completely from scratch, test as many photos and videos as you possibly can. Again, I cannot stress enough, it is creative focused. It's a creative focused platform, and creatives will tell you the direction you need to go. For whatever brand you are, it could be a photo of your product with a white background. That's what gets the most purchases for you. It could be an influencer that you hired from TikTok using your product. That could be what gets the most purchases for you. And those should be the creatives that you focus on from there. But just figuring out what creatives are winning, what creatives are resonating with your audience to get the most purchases possible. And then from there, kind of dissecting that and filming more creatives that are similar, that you know, and you already have the proof of concept, that are going to resonate with your audience.
Yes, thank you so much, Jordan. That was really insightful. How
Sure.
do you actually measure return of investment for a paid traffic campaign for an e-commerce store?
Sure. Return on investment is anything post margins, post ad spend, and if there's a service fee, post service fee. So anything above break even is a return. And obviously we want to shoot for the highest possible return, but just dictionary baseline definition, anything post margins, anything post ad spend. And then if there's a service fee, if you're working with a specialist, or you got somebody on your team, post whatever the service fee is. So those three together, anything above that, that's your textbook definition of ROI.
Yes, thank you so much for putting into like a fresh perspective to the whole concept of return of investment. Before we conclude with the interview, are there any other sound bites you'd like to leave our audience with?
Sure. If you're an e-commerce brand and you're struggling, or if you're an online coach and you're not getting as many calls as you want booked, I'd love to have a conversation with you. Our specialty is kind of fixing broken brands that used to get a good return and now they're not getting as good of a return as they like. If you'd like to work with me, I'd love to work with you, or at least just have a conversation. You can find me I'm probably most active on LinkedIn. LinkedIn Jordan White, Jordan space White, just like the color. My business is Carbon Box Media. Feel free to book a call on there as well. But no, Kimberly, I really appreciate you having me here. It's been a pleasure, and I believe that's all I got.
That is awesome. Thank you so much. Really encouraging our audience to reach out to Jordan from the Yangatica website or directly on LinkedIn. I am sure, I mean, you can already tell the amazing insights that he's pulled in and actually directing a way to leading e-commerce in the new age now. Thank you so much, Jordan, once again for sharing your valuable insights with us.
Of course. Thank you, Kimberly. You have a great day.
Thank you. For more content, subscribe to Engati and tap the bell icon so you get access to exclusive content coming from thought leaders from around the world. We'll see you in the new episode. Thank you.